Hello guys, how are you? Today is a great day. You know why? Because today we will learn to create a jumping rabbit game on Scratch. Scratch is a different platform. That's not code.org. Till date we have learned to create apps and games in code.org, but today we will learn in a different platform. What game we will make today? I have already said jumping rabbit game. You can see my screen that there's a stone, there's green bushes, there's blue sky, there's wood, and there's a rabbit which is downwards. So let me play the game first, and then we will come to the coding part. Okay. Oops, I lost because I reached very high. Okay, 1 point, 2 point, 3 point, 4, 5, 6 points, 7 points, 8 points, 9 points, 10 points. Oops, I touched the stone and I just lost. Now we have come to the coding part. So this is the coding which I have given to my rabbit. Now before starting with the coding, let me show you that what is drawn over here. A rabbit. So when the rabbit is drawn over here, we can, and the code blocks are over here in the screen, we can understand that this code, whatever coding is over here, is only for the rabbit and not for any other objects on the screen. Now there are two sprites. One is rocks and another is rabbits, and these bushes and all the background. So our first step is to think what the app or game is on. So the game is on a jumping rabbit. So we will make the rabbit jump when I press the up arrow key, and when it touches the stone or reaches very high and touches this blue part, then the game will end. Now for that, before learning anything like that, uh, okay. Now in order to know how to create this game, we have to first understand what an x-axis and a y-axis is. So for that I have a graph with me, I have an image with me which I have created for you all. And this is the image. So you can see that y-axis is the last straight line which is going upwards, and the x-axis is the straight line which is going sideways. So this x-axis is going, this is the 0 point. Okay, for both y-axis and x-axis, this is the 0 point. Now you know about the number line, I think. So in the number line, this is as same as number line, and it can be increased more. In my image you can only see up to this 6 minus 6, and in all the four parts you can see only till 6 minus or plus, that's 6. Now this is the 0 part. In x-axis, when we go to the right side, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So these are the locations which we can put our sprites on, and if we want to move them to the left, then we use the minus. And if in y-axis we want to move the sprite up, then we use this plus numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And if we wanted to move down, we need to use this minus number. So why did I tell you this? I didn't tell you this earlier. Now you see, this is the code of the app. When the flag is clicked, green flag, set score to 0. Go to x-axis minus 78 and y-axis minus 40. So over here, when you use Scratch, you only understand that this is the x-axis, it's shown in a figure, and this is the y-axis moving upwards. Now you can change its color, direction, and all, and you can change the backdrops also using to choose a backdrop. You can even choose a backdrop from the backdrop library. You can paint a backdrop, you can surprise, you can choose a backdrop from the web, and you can upload a backdrop. We'll come to that later. Okay, now let's come to the coding part. Now when the flag is clicked, set score to 0. Go to x-axis minus 78 and y-axis minus 40. For that is the main placings of my, so this is the x-axis and y-axis perfect place which I have chosen my rabbit to be. Now let's come to this part. Forever. what does this forever block mean? Forever block means to repeat forever. So whatever codes I put inside this forever block, that will repeat forever. Okay, that means that will have no end. That will repeat forever. Now what will repeat forever? If I press the up arrow, I can change this up arrow to space, down arrow, right arrow, left arrow, any arrow like ABCD, forever. But I'll choose this up arrow because it's more suitable. Then jump. Otherwise, if I don't press this up arrow, change y-axis by 5. Y-axis means it will move it down. It will move upwards or downwards, and minus 5 means downwards. So y-axis is set as minus 5. Now, my computer doesn't understand the sky, what is rock, if what will happen if it touches. So I have to code it. If the rabbit touches, so this is the code for the rabbit, as I said earlier. So touching color means the rabbit, whatever the rabbit touches, if its color is this blue, means this one, not this sky, this blue line. There, or if it touches the rocks, these are the rocks. Okay, then think, oops, I lost for 1 second. So the rabbit will think, oops, I lost for 1 second. And it will glide 1 second to x-axis minus 78 and y-axis minus 200. X-axis means it will move a little right, and y-axis minus 200 means very down. So it is not visible at all. Then I'll stop everything happening on the screen because the game ended. And this is the designing part. I'll not come to this. So our first tip is to design the app, and then we will code the app. I just taught you the coding first. Now let's come to the costumes designing tab. So backdrops, I've told you earlier about backdrops. And in this is what you can see, that when the rabbit flies, what its figure would be like. Rabbit lands, its figure would be like this. If it jumps, its figure would be like this. I'm sorry. If it I mean, if it slips like this, its figure will be like this, and if it stands like this, its figure will be like this. Let's come to the coding part now. Okay, so this is what we are going. We have coded. I have coded my rabbit. So this is what. Now about the rocks. This is the code for the rocks which I have given to it. Now, when flag is clicked, both will happen. The rabbit, the rock, both will happen when the flag is clicked. Height, I mean, the rocks first, at first, the rocks would not be visible, it would be hidden. Now go to x-axis 205 and y-axis minus 133, and then repeat this thing for you. Show, glide 1 second to x-axis minus 245 and y-axis minus 133. Again, height. Again, go to x-axis minus, go to x-axis 205 and y-axis minus 133, and change code by 1. When I receive stop rock, stop other scripts in Sprite. So when everything is stopped, the rock will also stop. Now let's come to, so these are the two things, the two sprites which I have in my coding. So I have coded both of them. But the main thing which I have coded is this rabbit. Otherwise, the game would not be completed. Now, how will I understand where these blocks are situated? So you can see that this is the color palette of our coding. This is the color palette. There's motion, there's look, there's sound, there's events, there's control, there's sensing, there's operators, there's variable, and there's my blocks. So in this my blocks, I can make any block like this. I can put this block name. I can add an input. I can add an input boolean. This is the number of text. I can add a label. So I can do many things to make a block. Now in this, I have already created the jump block. Okay. Okay. So I've already created the jump block. And why is this in this color palette? Why are there so many different colors? Let's see. Now you can see that each of them have a different type of color. This when flag is clicked will be present to the screen all the time. You need not find it from anywhere, but still you have it in the event section. You can match its color. So its color is yellow, a bit yellowish type. You can choose this events because this color, this palette, the color of this typical event section, its color is also yellow. So you can click on that and you will find this when slide is clicked. You need not remember that oh, in this section there are this type of blocks, in that section that type of block. Yes, of course you will have to do so, but in order to make this app, I've already created this app for you. You can just take a screenshot of these codings and you can just create it all by yourself. Then you will understand where which block is situated, looking at the writings on it. We'll come to the writing parts later. Okay, before that, let's show you that these two type of sounds are used, this pop and this loose. These two sounds are used. Okay, this is an extra thing we have added. Now let's come that over here in this sets code to 0. This color, the color of this block is orange, more orange. That's not yellowish orange, that's a typical orange color. That's in variables, I can understand that. Okay, in this set my variable to 0, I can change this set my variable to score. Go to x-axis this and y-axis this. I can go to sensing because the colors match with sensing. Oh, no, it doesn't match with sensing. It matches with this motion block because it's a darker blue. So I have to find in motion blocks and I find all these things. Now jump is in my blocks. And other things I'll be able to understand. I'll be able to understand looking at the colors and all. This is when you have the coding with you. What if you learn coding and then you have to code an app, you have to create your own app? What to do then? Then you have to understand the writings. Motion means the movement. We all know that. Motion of a sprite or whatever motion means movement. It's a type of movement. Looks means looks means the appearance, but in this case, looks means what is shown from the rabbit, what comes out. Obviously, it contains the costumes, backdrop, and all, but still it has size. It has the whatever the rabbit says. That's it as looks. In sound, we all know there's sounds. In event means when this happens. For example, when you feel hungry, you eat food. When you feel when you feel sleepy, you go to sleep. When you feel sleepy, it's not that anytime you feel hungry and you go to sleep. That's not that. When you feel hungry, you have to eat. You are not going to sleep when you feel hungry, and when you feel sleepy, you are not going to jump around and wander around, right? So you have to go to sleep that time. That's the event. When I feel sleepy, I go to sleep. This when I feel sleepy is event. Like that, when space key is pressed, when this sprite is clicked, like that. In this control, I control the coding, means the repeat forever block and the other blocks are situated over here. In this sensing, the sprite will sense something that okay, this happened, so now I can do this. Now let me teach you another thing, that in this touching color, you don't always find the colors over here. You can't choose the exact colors. What you can do is you can select this part, this place, and you can just put your cursor over that place, the typical place that's over here, and the exact color gets chosen. Okay, let's come back. In this sensing part, the sprite senses. In this operators class, it's actually the as same as the maths part, maths block in Code Studio, but in Scratch it's known as operators. In variables, we all know what a variable is. Okay, let me tell you once. I have a pencil box. I put some pencils in. So what is the variable? Let's move it apart. A variable is a placeholder which holds a kind of data. Okay, a variable is a type of placeholder which holds a kind of data. So in this case, let's come back to the pencil part. The pencils is a type of data, and the pencil box is the variable because we put the pencils in the variable in the pencil box. So that's known as the variables, right? Am I right? Okay. Now my blocks, I've already told you in the beginning what this my blocks is on. So I'll again play this game, and I'll just show you what to do. Okay, I have this green flag. I can just check it. Oh, it just at the beginning only, if it touches now, I feel very angry. That at the beginning only I get lost. I have created this game myself, and if I myself lose the game, then what will happen? You tell me. Okay, okay, that's nice. You can create a game similar to this. Okay, okay. Let me go back. Okay, so I would have shared this link of this game with you in the description box, but I'll not do that because if you need to get into this game, then you'd have to sign in with my account, with the account which I have, not my account. That's an account of a different person. So you have to sign in through that account. But I'll not share the account things, the credentials with you because all the things which I save in my account, you'll be able to hack them. So I'll not do that. But still, this game you can create it obviously. How you'll create it? Let me show you. Okay, so just a minute. I'm just changing. Yeah. Scratch. You'll search for Scratch. You go for create in this create part. Then you would have to join Scratch if you don't have an account. You would have to put your own username. For example, don't use your real name, okay? For the username, you must not use your real name. For example, you are going to choose as Coding Mind. No, no. Coding Mind, I'll choose. You're not going to choose as Coding Mind because it has copyright issues. For example, you choose at Coder, Coder 123, and you choose a password. For example, 1234567 8, and you again retype it 1234567 8, and you go for next. Okay, so this coder 123 has already taken. I put a 4 and I tried. Oh, 123 also taken 5 and 5. Like this, of it right. Okay, I have to retype it. So, for example, you choose this happy bug one, and I put a password as 123, and I go for next. But its password would be 6 letters or longer. Okay, then 456. Let me check. Yeah, now you have to select your own country. For example, it's India. Then you have to search for E. Where's E? I mean I India. Now next, what's your birth year? For example, April 2000 is your birth year. I search for, okay, let it be 1990, and I go for next. Female. If it's female, choose female. What's a male? For example, I choose Happy Bug One. Happy Bug One at gmail.co.in. Email doesn't look right. Okay, so gmail.com. Logged in, you can start exploring and creating your projects. Now, I'm sorry. Yeah. Now you can. This is the same page which I had in my. I think you can. I know you can't see. Now just see. This is the same page. Whatever I have over here. I mean, in this new Scratch. So you can just change this backdrop settings. So how you'll do that, let me show you. You can add backdrop side sprites, whatever. I'm not going to waste your time like that on these things. Let me inform you that if you if you don't understand this project, then you should ask your questions, ask your queries in the comment sections, obviously. And it's quite obvious that I am creating this project after taking class from different places. So I have taken class in many places. I'm not going to mention the name. For example, it will become an advertisement. But I've taken many classes. You can even take online coding classes. You can browse for 1:1 online coding classes and take the demo class. If you like it, then take the other classes. I have upgraded, in fact. Anyhow, so hope you will like this, creating this type of games, and don't forget to like and subscribe our channel. If you like it very much, you're going to share it with your friends and family. Otherwise, how will we create more videos like this? We'll try. We have explored this new platform. We have created this app. We have created this game for you, and I am sure that you like it. Thank you. Bye bye.